The launch of Sony's PS5 is imminent, and both official news and major leaks have been flying fast as we get closer to the start of the next console generation. Sony has already confirmed that the PlayStation 5 is real and launching in holiday 2020, and will boast serious specs including 8-core processors and zippy SSDs that all but eliminate load times. Sony has announced that the PS5 will have exclusive games at launch that won't be playable on the PS4. Is it just a cynical marketing ploy to drive sales, or a good way to prove the potential of the new console? Whatever you think, it's interesting that Microsoft's doing the opposite. Here are the best PS5 exclusive games and those that will be released at launch that we can't wait to play. Please, if this your first time being on this channel, then subscribe to us, and turn on notification bell icon. Game number 1. Godfall. Godfall is the first game where we have cast iron confirmation of a PS5 exclusive launch title. Godfall, which is currently being created by Borderlands developer Gearbox in cahoots with Counterplay Games, has been officially confirmed for holiday 2020, and is the first in what its developer calls a new genre of video game, loot slasher. The loot slasher works by merging the loot-to-win mechanics of Borderlands, with a good dollop of old-fashioned player skill to win, with gamers rewarded for playing well and not just reliant on talentless grinding for great gear in order to progress. As can be seen from the trailer, the game has a very high fantasy aesthetic, which combined with the PS5's raw power should lead to some spectacular game worlds. We thought that God of War looked stunning on PS4 Pro, with the sense of scale delivered when Kratos was fighting mythological beasts jaw-dropping. Just imagine, then, the same sort of epic, hub-world adventure and set-piece awesomeness that could be delivered on PlayStation 5. Excitingly, Godfall is being designed from the ground up with co-op in mind, too. As such, you can play the entire game solo, in a duo, or as part of a trio. The enemies in the game will respond dynamically to how many human players are playing at any one time, no doubt making use of the PS5's extra computational grunt for in-game AI. Game number 2 is Horizon Zero Dawn 2. One of the reasons why the PlayStation 4 ended up absolutely smoking the Xbox One in terms of sales this generation was because of its pure focus on games, and Sony's raft of top exclusives, such as God of War, Gravity Rush 2, and Horizon Zero Dawn. Now, while we would certainly love to see a new God of War or Gravity Rush on PS5, we think one of the coolest and, considering the last game's release date, 2017, most plausible PlayStation 5 games we could see during the new console's launch window is Horizon Zero Dawn 2. The original game delivered an amazing far-future game world to explore where gigantic robotic machines ruled the Earth. With the console's next-gen AMD Navi GPU and 8-core Zen 2 CPU power on tap, would allow Horizon's maker, Guerrilla Games, to really flesh out the game world and present it in even greater fidelity. Equally, with the game running off the PS5's super-fast SSD, then those long load times of the original would be a thing of the past. And on PlayStation 5, Horizon Zero Dawn 2 would look simply incredible. Game number 3. Ghost of Tsushima. Since Ghost of Tsushima's gameplay was shown off in an amazing trailer at E3, we've literally been praying to the gaming gods that it gets a PS5 launch. However, since the trailer launch last year, developer Sucker Punch has gone very quiet, fueling rumors that the game is being prepared for a dual PS4 and PS5 release. Judging by the stunning art style and cinematic presentation, the PS5 really would be the ideal console to do a gorgeous game like this justice. The authentic-looking characters, environments and weapons would be given a greater level of immersion if they could be run with PS5-level resolutions of 4K to 8K with HDR, frame rates of above 60 FPS and special effects. The PS5's custom-designed 3D audio chip would also really help make the most of the game's incredible musical score and audio, with the gaming experience taken to new levels of enjoyment and immersion. Game number 4. The Lord of the Rings, Gollum. Journey back to Middle-earth on PS5. As broke originally by The Hollywood Reporter, The Lord of the Rings, Gollum is a new game currently in the works by German developer Daedalic Entertainment that is slated for release on PC and all relevant console platforms at that time. Now, with the PS5 slated for release this holiday, in 2020, that means that it would 100% fall under that all relevant console platforms at that time statement. And that's a great thing, as the PS5's graphical power would be a perfect partner for bringing both the infamous protagonist and the world around him to life. Imagine the awesome lighting effects that could be achieved in caves and forests with the PlayStation 5's ray tracing capable GPU. It would lead to some incredibly immersive gaming for sure. As to the story, Daedalic CEO and co-founder Carsten Fichtelman has revealed that we have the story that we all know from the book, but everything that happens to him before he appears in the book are the main things we will see in our game. We will tell the story before he first appears in the books. Game number 5 is God of War 2. God of War 2 is coming. Yet, nothing official has been announced, however, thanks to a whole host of job listings appearing on developer Sony Santa Monica's website. And on PS5, God of War 2 would no doubt look brilliant and play fantastically well with 120Hz, 60 FPS, 4K gaming, possible 8K, and 30 FPS. Kratos and a no doubt now grown-up Atreus would be able to wage war like never seen before. And the technology on offer would also allow Santa Monica to really expand how they tell the new story. Whether or not God of War 2 will be a cross-platform release remains to be seen, but there's no doubting a new game could launch on the current gen, and as the original game looks so good, we're sure it would still be top fun to play. As to what we can expect from God of War 2, a recent discovery by God of War fans in an anniversary dynamic theme for the series seems to indicate that the setting will be Ragnarok. Game number 6. GTA 6. It's been 6 years since GTA 5 hit game consoles. And after its maker Rockstar Games released the incredible Red Dead Redemption 2 at the end of last year. Naturally, industry speculation has shifted to focus on when a sequel to the open-world crime sandbox will arrive. To date, there has been almost no indication of what GTA 6 will be or when it will be released. However, considering that both the PS5 and next Xbox flagship consoles are now slated for release this holiday, we'd be incredibly surprised if the game launched on the outgoing current console generation. That's because if there is one genre that is going to benefit most from the PlayStation 5's powerful next-gen hardware, it is open-world games. By being able to tap into the PS5's Ryzen and Navi technology, the world of GTA 6 will be able to be rendered at higher resolutions and with greater draw distances. While thanks the console's rapid solid-state drive loading times will be slashed. As shown in the official PS5 soft reveal, the system's SSD should also allow the open world of GTA 6 to be continuously loaded during play much faster, and also allowing the player to move through it quicker without texture or geometry pop-in issues. Could this lead to the next GTA to be set not just over an extended city area, but actually over an entire area, with multiple cities, towns and natural environments? Our mouth is watering just thinking about it. Here's hoping that GTA 6 launches on the PS5, either at launch or during its first year on the market. Finally, SpiderMan 2 happens to be the last number on the list. Some of reason to get this, and features it will be having are bigger game world enabled, it'll smoother, faster web slinging and much faster load times. The PlayStation exclusive SpiderMan was one of 2018's very best games, with more than 9 million gamers picking up a copy so they could pick up the Spidey suit and swing through the Big Apple. A sequel, though unconfirmed right now, therefore appears absolutely nailed on for Insomniac Games, and considering that the original game's last piece of DLC only landed last December. However, a sequel launching, say, at the end of the PS5's first year on sale or during its second seems very plausible, and the new console would allow Insomniac to really broaden their horizons in terms of design and execution. The fact that Mark Cerny himself has confirmed that the new SSD in the PlayStation 5 allows the original Spider-Man to load 18 times faster than on PS4 also indicates that the sequel would load initially much faster. While the fact that more in-game assets could be addressed and then loaded much quicker means that Spider-Man himself should be able to move through it quicker and at a smoother frame rate as well. Yeah, these are launch games we will be expecting, though some of them are still on developing. Some of them also promises to launch them few months after the console's release. Have some bonus games list that also will be available at launch. Dying Light, Batman Arkham Legacy, Uncharted 5, PlayStation All-Stars Arena, Assassin's Creed Kingdom. Expect more. Please, if this your first time being on this channel, then subscribe to us, and turn on notification bell icon.